Welcome to Patent Purple Life. My name's Jo and today I'm coming to you with a slightly different video. I'm calling it my fragrance manifesto. Fragrance manifesto, it sounds like something huge and important. It's not really. I'm not a politician. I don't have aspirations to get into politics. But this is something that's been on my mind for a little while and I thought that I would talk about it now so that everybody who watches this channel can have an idea of where I'm coming from and what I'm going to be talking about. And if you decide after hearing my fragrance manifesto that Patent Purple Life is not the place for you, that's absolutely fine. And if you decide that you have a mindset that's kind of similar to mine, then maybe we can hang out and talk in the comments. As some background, I'm a beauty blogger. I have a website called Patent Purple Life and I talk about all kinds of beauty. But I'm also very passionate about fragrance. Having said that, I'm not very knowledgeable about fragrance, but I enjoy fragrance a lot and I buy a lot of fragrance and I like to smell nice, and I'll apply 2 or 3 different fragrances during the course of a day. So for me, fragrance is an important part of my beauty journey. So now I've decided to revitalise the Patent Purple Life YouTube channel, and I've decided to kind of really focus on fragrance and to talk about fragrance from the perspective of somebody like me. So somebody who really likes and enjoys fragrance, who doesn't have the hugest collection, who doesn't know all the notes and all the background and all the noses, but just really enjoys fragrance. Before I decided to make the shift, I watched a lot of YouTube videos from a lot of fragrance reviewers from all over the world, and there were some things that I really enjoyed and really liked and thought that I could contribute to, and there were some things that I really disliked and thought were, to be blunt, ridiculous. I'm not a part of the Facebook fragrance community. I'm not involved in swapping fragrances. I'm just somebody that watches it from afar and is fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by how aroma molecules can look a certain way and smell different even if they look like they're similar. I'm fascinated by how your specific body chemistry and DNA can have such a huge impact on the way a fragrance smells on you compared to somebody else. I'm fascinated by how the development of synthetic molecules has really changed how we view certain aspects of fragrance. So we expect huge longevity, and synthetic molecules have really assisted in that process. I'm fascinated by the whole thing. I also like to smell delicious. In watching a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of things, and it kind of came to me that there are 5 things that crop up often in the fragrance community with respect to videos and what's talked about and what's not talked about. And so I was thinking about what this channel was going to look like. I was thinking about what I was going to talk about and not talk about, and 5 things came up. So this is my fragrance manifesto. I've not seen anybody else do this. It would be interesting to see what other channels, large and small, thought about it. But this is my fragrance manifesto. So this is a commitment to myself, but it's also a commitment to anybody who watches any videos of mine, that these are things that I'm going to stay consistent across for the length of time that I'm doing fragrance on. Number 1, natural versus synthetic. This is an argument, discussion, debate, point of discussion, you know, that is taking the fragrance community by storm. And by this specifically, I mean all synthetic molecules are the devil. If a fragrance has synthetic molecules in it, it's crap, and things should only smell natural. And I have real issues with this position, because I think there are lots of things in nature that smell amazing. There are lots of things in nature that smell disgusting. And there are lots of things that are synthesized that smell amazing, and lots of things that are synthesized that smell disgusting. And the art of perfumery is where you are able to blend a range of notes to create accords and a final product that ultimately makes the person purchasing or wearing the product have an emotional connection to something. An experience, an emotion, could be anything. That's the art of it. So just because something is synthetic or smells synthetic doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It just means that it smells how it smells. Not everything in nature smells amazing. If you don't like a fragrance, it's not necessarily because it smells synthetic. maybe it just doesn't appeal to you. Maybe it just doesn't resonate with your olfactory system. Maybe it just doesn't resonate with you personally, doesn't resonate with you emotionally, spiritually, physically. You're not vibes in with it, and that's okay. But the idea that you're going to suggest that if a fragrance is synthetic, it's shit, I'm not down with that. I don't agree. I think that synthesized aroma molecules have done a huge amount for fragrance and perfumery and accessibility of fragrance for lots of people. And so my first fragrance commitment in my fragrance manifesto is I'm not going to slag off synthetic molecules. If you're somebody that's really anti-synthetic fragrances and synthetic molecules, this is probably not the place for you, because in my small collection I have no doubt that I have lots of fragrances that are a blend of synthetic and natural, and I like them, and I'm going to talk about them, and I'm going to continue to wear them and enjoy them. So that's commitment number 1. Fragrance manifesto commitment number 2 is designer versus niche. What is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem if you like majority designer fragrances? What is the problem if you like majority niche fragrances? What is the problem if you like a mixture of the two? Like, why are people so entrenched in their camps of designer versus niche? There are pros and cons to both. You like what you like. The whole olfactory sense is not based on anything apart from your olfactory system, and to dismiss a product because it's designer, it doesn't make sense to me. And to say that all designer fragrances are rubbish is not a truism. It's not a statement of fact. Some designer fragrances are amazing, some designer fragrances are not, but equally you can say that with independent fragrances and niche fragrances. And just because something is niche or independent doesn't make it a million times better than designer or mainstream. And this is the other thing, if something is mainstream appealing, that's not bad. It just doesn't appeal to you. It just doesn't appeal to your particular aesthetic. It doesn't appeal to your olfactory system. But to suggest that a mainstream fragrance is a bad thing, I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. So my fragrance commitment number 2 is I'm not going to slag off designer or niche. My collection is small and I have a mixture of the two, and I enjoy the both, and I'm not going to suggest or say that one is better than the other. Some fragrances I like, some fragrances I don't. Some fragrances I like are niche. Some niche fragrances I like have synthetic molecules in them. It's a mixture, and this channel is going to have a mixture of those things. So that's fragrance commitment. Fragrance commitment number 3. This is a difficult one. Actually, no, it's not difficult. It's the discussion around whether you pay recommended retail price or discounted price for your fragrance. Some fragrance reviewers give the impression that if you are serious about fragrance and collecting, etc., etc., you would never pay retailers' recommended price for fragrance. Why? Why? If you choose to hunt down a fragrance on an auction website or a discounted website or whatever, and watch it and then buy it, and that's part of your fragrance experience and that's part of what you love, good for you. If you like to go to your local department store and have a conversation with a sales associate and have that experience and get some samples and have a conversation with somebody and test the products before you buy them, good for you. If you really love discounted fragrances, cool, that's good. If you really like going and getting the bag from the boutique or the department store or wherever it is, or the specialist perfumery, great. There's no issue either way. If you can afford to spend £500 on a fragrance and you want to go through that experience, good. If you can't afford to spend £500 on a fragrance but you really, really want it and you go the discount route, that's good too. But the idea that some reviewers are suggesting that, you know, you never pay retail, I find it ridiculous. If you're buying fragrance to have a collection, I can see how fragrance is an expensive hobby, but and it comes on to one of my other manifesto commitments. But if you're buying fragrance for you because you love a product and you love how it smells and you love how it smells on you and you love how it makes you feel, then you're buying it for you, and you're buying it at the price, whatever the price is, that is appropriate for you. So the suggestion that I'm foolish to have gone and bought a certain fragrance at the full retail price, I dismiss that. And I think that on my channel I will talk about how much a product costs, recommended retail price. If you want to, based on my recommendation, go out and get the product however you choose to get it, that's fine. I'm not gonna say you should go and get this discounted, or the price is the price. You pay what you want to pay, you pay what you can afford, you pay what you think the value of the product is. So if the product is of such value that you want to go to the store and pay full retail price, if the value of the product to you is that actually you prefer to get it discounted, all good. So yeah, that's fragrance manifesto commitment number 3. The way that you purchase your fragrance is your own personal decision. There's no judgment here. My last 2 commitments are interconnected, but I've separated them out because I have a lot to say. Fragrance commitment number 4 relates to compliment getters. Who are you buying fragrance for? This is a serious question. Who do you buy fragrance for? When you go to the shop, the boutique, the retailer, the mall, the shopping centre, or you go to your laptop to go to your fragrance discounter or whoever it is, when you are thinking about purchasing a fragrance, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? I'm buying this fragrance because I've smelt it 5 times and I love it. I'm buying this fragrance because it's my favourite nose, it's my favourite house. I'm buying this fragrance as a treat to myself. I'm buying this fragrance because it has an ingredient that I love. Or I'm buying this fragrance because I want a member of the sex that I'm attracted to compliment me. Are you crazy? Seriously, it's 2018. Is this what we're about? You're going to buy a fragrance because you want to get complimented on it. What? I actually don't understand this one. People give compliments on fragrance for a variety of reasons. The first is that they have to kind of be in pretty close proximity to you. Even with a fragrance that has great sillage and projection, they kind of have to be quite close to you. It's not everybody personally that I want to be in my own personal space. I don't go out to buy fragrance for other people. I buy fragrance for myself. It's a completely indulgent, personal experience. Why am I bothered about what you think about fragrance when I'm buying fragrance? It's my cash, it's my money. Why am I bothered about you? Why are you even part of the equation? The fragrance is for me. I have absolutely no consideration of you when I'm buying fragrance. The fragrance is for me. I'm not even considering my partner, I'm not considering my best friend, I'm not considering my mum, my dad, my sisters. I'm not considering anybody, I'm considering me. How do I feel about this fragrance? Do I like it or not? If I like it, I can afford it, then I'll buy it. If I don't like it, I'm not buying it. If I don't like it and my partner says he thinks it smells amazing, I'm not buying it. This is for me. Why am I thinking about you? So the whole compliment getting... I am committing on this channel while I'm talking about fragrance that I will not be telling you how many compliments I got wearing a fragrance. I just won't. I don't really care what anybody else thinks about the fragrance that I'm wearing. It's a completely personal, selfish, indulgent experience for me and me alone. If the people around me enjoy the fragrance too, all to the good. But I am not going to say to my partner, what kind of fragrance do you like? Because I'm going to buy it and put it on me so that you can benefit from it. No, sorry. And fragrance commitment number 5, closely associated with fragrance commitment number 4, and this is the one that really infuriates me. This is the one that infuriates me. This is the one that really gets me mad. This is the one that really had me considering whether I really seriously wanted to do fragrance on this channel or not. And this is the Panty Dropper fragrance series, trends, whatever. How insulting. How rude. Why are you objectifying women? What the hell are you talking about? Seriously, for all of those people doing Panty Dropper reviews. Are you seriously telling me that every single fragrance that you recommend is going to smell exactly the same way on every man that puts it on, and every single woman that smells it is going to have exactly the same olfactory reaction to that fragrance, and as a result, without consideration of any other aspect of the man that she may or may not find attractive, she's going to drop her knickers? Is that seriously what you're telling me? Is that seriously what you want to be promoting on your channel? Is that seriously how you think about women? In 2018, that's how you're thinking about us. You're thinking that if I buy this fragrance and I wear this fragrance, you're going to drop your panties for me. Is that really how you want to engage with women? No, 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 no. And don't give me any crap about how, oh, it's all in, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And the fact that you're even thinking about women in this way is completely offensive to me. And it's a part of the fragrance community that I find really distasteful. And I refuse to let you objectify me in that way. I refuse. How dare you? How dare you? Like, attraction to another person is dependent on so many other things. If somebody's attractive to you and they wear a fragrance that you don't like, you're not going to stop being attracted to them. It will impact, but I'm going to drop my knickers because you're wearing a certain fragrance. If you're a twat, if you're an idiot, if you're a dickhead, if you're unintelligent, there is no amount of creed on this planet that will mask smelly armpits, closed mindsets, lack of intelligence, lack of generosity of heart and spirit, lack of sense of humour. There is no amount of Aventis that can cover that up. But you want me to drop my panties because you're wearing Aventis? Shut the front door. So that's fragrance commitment number 5. I will not be talking about panty droppers. And I will not be entertaining the people that talk about panty droppers on this channel. And if you're somebody that's looking for panty dropper fragrances, and if you're looking for me to tell you that for me as a woman, this fragrance will make me drop my panties if you walk past me wearing it, go about your business, because Patent Purple Life is not the place for you. It's really not. So that's fragrance commitment number 5. A bit of a different video for me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I am really keen to hear your opinions about what I've said about my 5 fragrance commitments. If you think I'm talking rubbish, please let me know in the comments below. Be respectful, of course, but let me know. If you think I have a point but you don't agree, let's thrash it out. If you love a panty dropper video, exit side right or exit side left, or just click exit. I can't. So that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button and I'll know to do more chatty stroke ranty videos about fragrance. If you've got a comment on anything that I've said, please leave me a comment below. But as I've said, please be respectful, and I will see you in the next video.